we'll be playing Obduction. Now, on my YouTube channel, I've already done Uru. I've not done the live version of Uru because it breaks my computer, and my computer finally died, so I can't. And I did Real Mist. I might have done Riven. Or did Riven have problems and I was like, couldn't do it? There might have been issues. If so, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I can, okay. So we're still gonna use controller because of stream purposes. But yeah, so I did missed stuff on my main channel on YouTube, but I have yet to have done anything with Obduction. And I did back Firmament so that I can play it whenever it comes out finally. But yes, I fully support all that Cyan does. I love their stuff. They always have really cool ideas, really good ways of interpreting it as well. Also, for some reason, I don't hear anything. So hold on, I'm gonna do something real quick. Didn't do anything. Okay. So that tells me that either this flipping between there is no clicking. Continue. In the computer version, that gives you the option to have many slots. I don't hear anything. Where's my sound? I don't hear anything. And I'm worried. Uh-oh. Something's not right. This ain't good. I don't know why I don't hear anything. So... I don't like this. This is scary. Unplug my phone and then plug it into the monitor. See if that gives me anything. Because for all I know, this game I don't like. Where's the hole? There it is. This game might not like going through controller. Okay, now I hear it. That's weird. Okay, hold on. Now I gotta turn it down a bit. It's a little loud. Alright. Let's begin.
We all lost everything. Everything but our stories. And they shouldn't be forgotten. I was 3. It was April of 1983. Cecil, it was 1870 for you. Sam and Vera, you tell it like it was yesterday, but it's been 62 years since you saw that blast of light. That light. That's where all of our new stories began. It streaked across the sky, mesmerizing, but unnerving. Even in daylight, Joseph, you said it was gloriously bright. But in the twilight, it was spellbinding. Whether it was in the deep woods like Cecil or right outside town like Jane and Jenny, we were drawn to see more. None of us understood. But, well, we followed. And we all felt some kind of trepidation, and yet attraction as we approached it, and it approached us. You all remember There was no turning away. It advanced, almost like purposefully, spinning slowly until, well, it found us, each of us. We should tell these stories because it saved us, and there must be.
So, I'm sorry if this is loud. I might have to turn it down. I might also have to turn the music off. I'm going to turn the music off real quick so I can check over all of it so I can turn the music off very quickly. Please, 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 please. I want to turn the music off. Come on, game. Please, please. I want to turn it off. Please? Okay. I said, no music. I know it adds atmosphere if you want to play the game with music, because it adds a lot of atmosphere to the game. You can on you can you can on your own time. But for now I'm turning it off simply because there's just it's the copyright claims and stuff. I know Rob has some great music and stuff. I mean, it does nothing but I'm gonna turn it on. So. And music would be playing here, but because I turned it off, there is no music. I did not turn off ambient noises, so there will be ambient noises, and I like the ambient noises, so I will keep them. I wish I could play Exile. I know I'm walking, just trying to like... Yeah, with the music makes this feel more dramatic. Makes it all feel more dramatic.
Hello, bonjour, ciao, hola, hello, shora, ni hao. Welcome to Hunrad. My name is Joseph. I am the mayor here. You are most probably a bit confused and disoriented, but let me reassure you, everything will be fine. You're not the first to go through this experience. The others who have come before you will help you adjust. Follow the trail to the house with the white picket fence. Fali will meet you there and introduce you to your new life here.
So, he actually said hello in Dunny, and he said Shora, which means peace in Dunny, but usually people just use it for hello. Like, peace to you, or something like that. And yeah, so we are gonna go to the white picket fence house first. And red laser beam. So yeah, this is, it's very cool seeing like this desert inside of a barren other world. It's really cool. You can't actually jump in this game, so I have to take that right there. But before we go inside, I can actually check inside the mailbox. Let's see. To Caroline, or whoever else might come back, it has been 5 days and not a soul has returned. I am inclined to believe that things have not gone well. Yet surprisingly, I am still alive, and that both supremely perplexes me, and gives me some portion of hope. I have retreated to my vault for protection and to contemplate my options. CW, who we will meet promptly after this. 1436. Gotta note that. 1436. And Farley, this is her house. Yeah, she came from like 1500s, 1600s maybe, or I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking because this is concrete. I don't know, and this is asphalt road with a sewage pipe. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. All right.
Hi, I'm Darling. I guess if you're seeing this, then I wasn't able. Just in case. Welcome. But it's probably not safe here. To be blunt, we're getting ready for a battle. I don't know what you'll find. I just thought I should. Just be cautious. With who you trust, CW may be here. I don't know. Just be careful. I've got to go. See you soon. And don't panic. As jarring as this experience is, you really will find Hunter out to be a decent price.
Yeah, so she recorded over it, and you can see that they used like an old VSH tape, a car battery, and a speaker. And then there's this crystalline device that they stole. Do not approach anything that even remotely resembles this diagram unless it has been disabled. Then I shouldn't even approach the diagram. I want in! Let me in! I want in! Whenever we do play, whenever I do, these frogs are loud. Holy cow. Why are they so loud? Whenever I do, I can't remember the name all of a sudden. Is there anything back here? I don't think there's anything back here. I forgot even why this area exists. I don't even think there's a, oh, this is a backer reward item, I think. Which I have to turn on, maybe? My game broke for a second. Everything just kind of hit a phase. Also, I'm gonna back reward display. Oh no, it's on. All right. I'm also gonna turn the master volume down just a bit. Okay, because it's loud. This game loud sometimes. All right. So from now on, I'm gonna run because everything just takes incredibly long to do. Also, I think the lighting's off there. But yeah. So, there's not much that way that we can do yet. So we'll head this way. Be like thing. Red glowing rocks. Which will come into play later. Here we go. Here's another one.
This is the tree. It has been here in Hunrat for as long as anyone can remember. Its health is intimately tied to everything in our little greenhouse. Our cell we live in, our ecosystem. It has provided many surprises over the years, including some interesting seeds that you will learn more about. Many have postulated, yet we really know very little about its origins. But we do know it should be cherished and protected.
Yeah, so as we go around the areas, I will grab those. Yeah, the tree. And that thingamajig, which comes into play later. We could also just kind of go up here for no reason. Just for some reason, I don't know. Can. It's nice. It's nice wind ambiance right there. So I mean, it's a little nicer. Just hear wind if you want to. And we have like all these hooker games. Not hooker. Sorry, no, that's not what I meant. Just games kind of trotted about everywhere. I think that got me the first time too. There's no reason to go down there yet. I mean there is, but not too much. Oh, hey, lawn mowing. This is a backer reward item, so we have like a massive, like, cool sculpture. So usually the backer rewards items are something that the backer actually owned, and they put in the game. It's like a cherishable item for them or something. This pen, I believe, is not a backer reward item. I thought it was. Okay. Were I able to open this? No. Okay. This was a backer reward item. I don't know why. Exactly that. That's, of course, a backer reward item. Always looks like a backer reward item, so yeah. And then this displaced chunk of the world. Yeah. And if we head this way, you can't go through because it's like that. So then let's keep moving. Oh, did I do this one? I did not. Downtown.
We have a healthy, thriving community here, as you can see. Our garden was planted years ago and has supplied plenty of food for many generations. The buildings around town serve multiple purposes, including housing, schooling, and storage. I'm sure you have run across a number of folks already. Many were brought here, like you, and some actually were born here. We all feel we are part of the whole.
Cap just went live. I want to watch him, but I gotta wait a bit. I think this will probably be an hour each for the sake of YouTube, because I will put them on YouTube, and they will be guides, kind of. Oh, can't go that way. That's the other side of the thing. Thought it was something else for a second, and then realized, oh no, it's not. This is, by the way, safe to walk through. Ah! Though it does lag the game quite a bit. So it doesn't have really, like, a death in-game. It can kill your device, though. Yeah. Yeah. Another one of those glowing bumblebees. And then this don't work, I think. Yeah. And then that's just a red light pole. For now, at least. For now. We won't, just that, but I don't think it works. So, yeah. Your bell.
Lasted long. You should have been. I thought you'd all been. The devil are you?
Yeah, see, like, he's got, like, really bad animation here.
It's a bad time to be arriving here. You should have listened to me. But I'm going home. Maybe it's good timing for you. You might spend a lot less time in this prison than the rest of us has. Alrighty, maybe it's good timing for me. No more waiting around. I guess I could do it all on my own if I had to, but, well, could speed things up a bit with your help. First off, you should know that this whole place has been battened down for that whole Carfin Mofang battle. We gotta get everything unbattened. And I got me a bit of power here, but I'm gonna need it all. If you can concern yourself with that, get all the power lines on it, I'll be working on my devices. Now, let's get the hell out of this place.
Yeah, so this ain't gonna be on the kids page either. I don't think I'm gonna put anything on the kids page for a while. I'm mostly gonna try to get my money out of of Twitch. Oh yeah, that's a backer reward item. The small distillery, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know if this works or not. Does it work? It do. I thought I might have to initialize that thing, but I don't. So, Swicken. Yeah. Alright, so let me go down here. Is there anything down here? No. So this thing is like one of those other things, but it just, I don't know, it's weird, it's strange. I don't totally know how it works, but it does. I'm not sure. We can't go in here. It's locked from the other side. And we can go up here. And over this way. So this is exactly where we want to be, but before we can't really do anything else up here, so we kind of have to do this. We will come back though once we unlock that door. So yeah, we want to do that. And because we're already up here, see, look, the water flow is now being directed that way instead of this way. But because the elevator is already up, we can go down with weight. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Not really anything we can do up here now. So this area has been chopped off, or checked off. Sorry, not chopped off. Chopped off. What the heck? Anyway, yeah. So this area is done. Yeah. So now we want to go over here. Is there anything over here? No, there's not. Oh, yeah, there's this, which is a back reward item. Was this a back reward item? No, yeah, but this is a neat little back reward item. I don't know why. It's just kind of neat. And then we have the fan, which is really noisy and loud. And now, because we turned the waterfall, we can head down here and do stuff.
Part of our ecosystem here is our supply of water. It is supplied as a natural process of the system itself, and we don't really understand how. Although the entire system is very closely tied together. The fact that one of the most important necessities of life has been provided to us has led many to believe that this place has a purpose. Others attribute a complex natural process which we one day hope to understand. But either way, we are glad to have all the water we need.
Yeah, so they don't totally know how, but it kind of just flows. So now I believe we want to do this. Yeah, no. We want to do this. Yeah. Now we can that. Now we can get across. Yeah. Now we're in the next area. We have a little bench here that you can sit at. Fishing pole, bucket, a board. Yeah. Washing post. This nice little area. I think this is my favorite area entire. I don't know why, but I cannot talk. It's my favorite area out of the entire game. No, I can't. I thought for a second I might have been able to get up there, but I can't. Yeah, it's a really nice area. I like it a lot. And I believe... No, there's not. But they have a boat here. I don't know why, because there's really not that much area to boat in. But okay. And then this thing exists. Yeah. So, yeah. And then up there, here's the mayor's house right behind the tree where you also saw a way to get in the mayor's house. It is locked, though, from the other side, just like the other one is. So, next, wait, was there one here? Or was it the other side? I think it might have been the other side. Yeah, I'd say the other side. Okay, so he said to turn on the power, so there should be, yeah, here we go. Okay, so the garage, this little red line is the main power source connecting to the distributor box, which is here. And then we have the town, the tower, the CW, the tower would be that thing. The sphere, which is that. Tunnels, the scrapyard, which is up there. Tunnels are over there on the other side of the river. Ramp, which is that claw, the thing. The garage is right there. And Farley is the White House we were at. So yeah. There's a bit of stuff. And then I think one of these was a backer item, actually. Like one of these graffiti arts. Oh, was it this one? No, it wasn't. Which one is it? Oh, was it this one? Yeah. Robin was here. Yep. And then I don't think there's anything in here. Oh yeah, there's that. I think that's an Easter egg, but I don't know. I forgot if that was an Easter egg or not. I think it was, but I'm not sure. So to turn on the power, we need to go up here. And God, controller. And we also field drains, so we want this to do that. And then I don't remember exactly what the heck. Okay, thank you. So we need to prime, I believe. Oh, okay, so there is no gas. So, oh, that's right. Gotta go start up the fuel. Duh. There is no fuel. We need to crank the crank. Which is honestly a very satisfying noise in my opinion. Alright, so now we have gas going. But while we're here, we can't really check it out. But this is the garage. Got a massive gasoline thing here. Sorry. And then over here, this is Riggsville, apparently. Or Ericston. No, I don't know what this is. Whatever this originally was. I guess it was just Hoonrath, and then it just whoop out of air. Okay, so now that we have gasoline going, we can turn on the power. But before we do that, let's explore this area a little more. Alrighty. Brother's at a concert, so I'm fine. I can play for a little while. Blech. And that's a back reward item, which it looks Mount Cusserton? I think that's what it says. Welcome to Mount Cusserton, yeah. And it looks a lot like Adana, and I like that painting quite a bit. And then this thing just hums away annoyingly. Just hums away annoyingly. And then we come over here and we find the back of Farley's house. We have no power, so even entering in a passcode or trying to doing all the combinations that exist and stuff like that wouldn't work because there is no power. So yeah. We'll continue exploring a bit. Get our bearings. Wall that makes a noise when I touch it. Because it likes to make a noise when I touch it. Kind of a nice noise, actually. I like it. I figured it out. I figured out how to make it just infinitely do that. I'm gotta wiggle my right stick up back and forth, and it does stuff. Okay, so after we turn on the power, we need to get into the garage, because CW won't know that the power's on until we give it to him. My big thing is, how does nobody else like understand or like notice that something or an air like a big egg floats down? Egg. Ah, crap. Dang. There we go, and now we cannot open this at all. Danger 440 volts output. So there's a lot of power going through this thing. And that was really smart to do that. So now, I think we might be able to get in the garage. I don't know. Oh yeah, we have to go. Anyway, we have to do a couple of things before we can actually get to the garage. Was this the backer item? No, I thought I was. I can't remember all the backer items. There's so many backer items that it's just it astounds me how many there are in this game, just scattered around. I haven't even found all of them. I'm finding new ones still every day I play this game, so it's amazing. No, I'm not gonna look them up anyway, so I want to make it a surprise that when I do find them. And then this gets us up to here, but because we turned it, there's no point. Or, well, because we haven't been up there and lowered that thing, there's no point in getting up there. So, yeah, kind of just stuck down here. But once we lower that staircase, we'll be able to turn this thing back, because we won't need this. Alright, so now, I believe we talked to CW, maybe? Yeah, wow.
Power's on. Did you come back for a medal? Sorry, I don't mean to neglect my manners. My name is Cecil. Most around here call me CW. At least they did. I suppose you gotta move on. But, alright, well, if you ain't assessed already, we're all living within a large cell. It's a dome, wall, carved from prison, more like it. Whatever it is, hems us in. They ain't occurred to you already. It serves us both for you to get through the wall of this place. And I locked up the wall with that MoFag device. That red beam up yonder. Gotta make this work and get home. Scarlet. Scarlet was 7. Lord. I wonder. That red beam.
Yep. So, he wants to get home because his 7-year-old daughter did not come with him. So, now that the power's on, we should be able to do passcodes and stuff. Gosh, I wish it was faster. But before we do so, we want to head to other places, because I did not explore these areas over here, and I probably should have. But we have the ability to get into Farley's house now. I'll explain it. Now, Jackson, Daniel Hartnell, Sarah Hartnell, Benjamin Sims, somebody Hartnell. There's a lot of Hartnells here. Mary Hartnell, Mama Mary, loved by all. John Hartnell Sr., beloved husband. Other grandfathers? I don't know. It's kind of hard to read. Carl Hunrath, John Farley, and Robbie Hartnell. Luther Roscoe. And Ida Hartnell. Some of these names are very hard to read. And again, boop. Nice. One time I did something, and I could probably do it again, but I don't know. They might have updated the game where I can't do it, and it's really funny. Yep, that door is unlocked. More red glowing rocks. Or glowing red rocks, I should say. I almost said blocks, but red rocks. So now I have to go all the way around to the other side. Again, because the first place we want to go is her house. And I took note of the address of her house, which was 1436. And the code is actually that backwards. It's just her house backwards, because we're entering from the backside. It's actually kind of smart. It is actually kind of smart because you wouldn't expect it. It's like, oh, it's the back of the house. It's got a code. Wonder what the code is. Well, it's just the house address backwards because you're at the back of the house, not the front of the house. So, yeah. So it is 641. That would be the code. Walking, walking, walking. Sorry, something happened. I had to mute for a second, so it might just sound like walking cut off, like walk, because I was saying walking. Anyway, yeah, so we are here at Farley's house, or the backside of Farley's house, which now has power. I believe it has power. Yeah, it has power. That light means it has power. It wasn't on earlier. So it is 6341. So cursor unlock. 6341. And there'd be nice music playing, but because we have it off, there isn't. Whole map of Hunrath, and all these out and ins and stuff, and then these dotted circles. Or maybe not the dotted circles. I don't know. And you want to pull this down. 1-5. Not much down there. And trust me, there's a lot to read in this little area. So let's flick this on, though. which gives us a neat little show. So that just shows the this little area in between everything. But that's not really what we want. We want this. Maybe a little further. Yeah, there we go. Can I put this a little? No, nope, can't. Okay. So that's as best as I can get it. Yeah, but that's what we want. We will leave that up for now. It says welcome. Got a little backer reward item of 2 kids on a railway. I think that's 2 kids on a railway. 2 people on a railway. I don't know. I can't tell. More books that we have to read. And then this is a backer reward item. Kind of scary looking bear. Stuffed bear. And yeah, scary. A whole bunch of papers. That one Farley. She wasn't born here, but she was taken here at a very young age. Got another back reward item. And then we have all this. 1, seed pair. 2, find planets with similar atmospheres. 3, swap the planets. 4, tree from seed. There's a heart. Heart superposition. Heart connected path open when mature 4 species meet. What happens at fruition? Swap. Where? Home. When? Maybe dead. More seed pairs scattered throughout the universe. Why scattering? So yeah, we are in Hunrath, and there's 3 other worlds that are interconnected by the trees that have grown because of the seeds that took us here. So the first thing we want to do, actually we already listened to that at the beginning of the game, but if you want to listen to it over again, you can. That's the track that we hear. So now we can actually start reading everything in here. Yay! Alright. Though the glare there, that's some glare. I don't like the glare. Can I turn down glare on objects or something? Because I would love to. Motion blur gamma. Nope. Alright. I cannot. Let's pick it up. Welcome to Hunrath. Oh, come on. Please give us a bit of information about you so we can get to know you a little better. Name, date you came from, please use 4-digit year. Excuse me. Where you came from, country and city. Circumstances under which you were taken, please note any dangers you noticed. Empty and filed, 12,000 AH, 13,000 AH, 15,000 AH. Samuel Karen, January 2017, Mamakara, Madagascar. I had just arrived and was driving my supply truck along the coast south of Mamakara, when I recall being washed away and the seed appeared. 15,257 AH, male 61. Okay. Uziel Regenbogen, I think. 1942 of March, Lübeck, Germany. So see, glare is really bad. I would like to move the book. Oh, that's not what I want to do. We'll get there in a second. The last thing I recall is a large rumbling while I was hiding in the cellar of a vacant building. I ran toward a bright light in a stairwell. 15,841 AH, male 26. Pretty young. Mario Gallego, 1988. Cozumel, Mexico. On my boat and bad storm. 16,023 AH. Did I say Mario? I must have. God dang. Maria Gallego. Female, 46. And then Jang Kidigo, March of 2042. Yeah, 2042. Portland, United States of America. Skiing, Mount Hood. 16,717 AH, male, 37. Yeah, so he came from the future. Time has no limits here. And then a massive thing. I shall document the curious events that have transpired with myself, my family, friends, and co-workers. Hartnell was a peaceful mining town founded by my grandfather and nestled within the red rock of the desert in the Arizona territory. Its 163 inhabitants heard a mighty explosion on the night of June 27, 1903. I sent several workers through the town to verify that the explosion had not caused any injuries or damage to many mining equipment. They returned and reported that it must have been a loud clap of thunder caused by dry lightning, for they found they found no damage. It was not until the light of the next morning that we were amazed to realize something profound had indeed occurred. At some point during that night, our entire mining facility and a large circle of the land around it seemed to have been scooped up and carried off to a completely different place, all without anyone knowing about it. That was the first. That was Hartnell being taken away, or Hoonrath now being, or Hartnell now being called Hoonrath. The entire landscape outside of our circle of desert could only be described as alien. Large, floating rocks could be seen in the distance. No one had ever seen anything like it anywhere on Earth. We fully explored our new surroundings, hoping to find a way home. No way home was ever found. In fact, we soon discovered what we take for granted now. Not only could we not get back home, we also could not access the landscape outside the desert. Curiously, we discovered that a flow of water was provided from a high point of rock, and we discovered a small tree growing in the very center of the circle. Our central tree that is so important to our lives here was just a mere sapling back then. Next thing. Species description. This is very important. We want to read this. Mofang. Through ambassador seeds, the Mofang were the first non-human species humans were in the first non-human species humans were introduced to through ambassador seeds. The Mofang were the first non-human species we were introduced to. And Liang was the first to recall the alien a Mofang, impressed with their advanced ability to imitate our sounds, movements, and mannerisms. Although they have a name for themselves, their language is mostly unpronounceable by humans. As a result, and because of their mimicry abilities, communication with the Mofang is primarily accomplished by their learning human languages rather than humans learning to speak Mofang. They have been able to learn almost every human language represented in Hoonrath enough to provide functional, if rudimentary, communication. The Mofang basic external morphology is remarkably humanoid. Bilateral, symmetrical tetrapods, bipedal, head with anterior facial features, mouth, eyes, nostrils. Other external features include minimal body hair and raised dorsal protrusions. Constitution is somewhat frail, due apparently to their thin and lightweight internal structure, but internal investigation has not been possible. They have ample cranial space to account for a substantial brain, and their intelligence is impressive, as evidenced by their advanced technology. Yes. Awry. After a certain level of maturity and health of the tree, a passage opened at its base. This passage allowed contact with two additional species. The first contact was the Awry. The first contact revealed the Awry to be a large, beetle-like insects. We were unable to communicate directly with them in any way, but they appeared to have some rudimentary level of intelligence. It was Lurine Toth, I think that's how you pronounce that, who first made the journey through the heart to Kaptar, and named both the New World and the inhabitants. The Awry have three distinct variants that have come to be referred to as barnacle, beetle, and polyarch. Although their morphology is dramatically different from human, their internal systems, like all of our neighbors, are supported by similar atmospheric composition and basic nutrients. In their barnacle stage, the Awry are completely immobile. The Awry stay in this egg-like development state seemingly indefinitely. In order to hatch, they must be in proximity of a polyarch and fertilized by the beetles after a certain stage of maturity. The beetles are the eyes and ears, hands, and feet. With only a minimal nervous system of their own, they are essentially the sensory extensions of the immobile polyarchs. They are able to execute simple commands, but apparently have very little in the way of individual sentience. Yeah, so those little things that are flying around. So there are like actual ones that have intelligence and are everything, but then you have the beetles who kind of are the way they work. It's like they have a few that act as a hive mind towards one polyarch, and then another polyarch has more, and another polyarch, kind of like that. The Uri polyarchs are the intelligence and consciousness of the species. Yeah, I was right. Although it was obvious that there was intelligence behind the species, it wasn't until Caroline Farley began spending large amounts of time in close proximity that deeper communication began. With a room nearby, Farley was the first to communicate non-verbally and learn much about the species, including some historical information. The Uri species survived in their world, while several other sentient species came and went. Among them, an ancient species who formed a deep relationship with the Uri, carving temples and dwellings for them in the rocks. Oh, crap, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot, how do I go back? Oh. Can I do this? Yeah. Among them, an ancient species who formed a deeper relationship with the Uri, carving them temples and dwellings for them in the rocks. And later, a more recent species that took over much of their homeworld. This latter species was especially adept at mechanical construction, using it mostly to capture and process large flying creatures, using the beetles as bait. Ah, the Villain. The final species to be discovered were the Villain. The Villain had been communicating with the Uri for many years through ambassador seeds, but became part of the larger community very shortly after the Uri. With a large and imposing frame and a form of communication based on a complex, multi-voiced, low-frequency rumble, the initial introductions were intimidating. After several attempts, Amelie Vidal was able to begin some rudimentary communication and began visiting the Villain in Marais, which she named, or Marais, on a regular basis. She discovered a complex and amazing society that was able to use their technology in unexpected ways. They had the ability to quickly transform their world using extruded structures based on some form of complex miniature substrate material, unlike the other worlds. The Villain sphere is scooped out of a Villain resettlement group that was preparing to set off into space to find a new homeworld. This was their way of life, to put themselves into stasis and scatter themselves to the stars. Okay. As mentioned previously, their appearance is imposing, standing about 9 feet tall with a distinct reptilian resemblance. They have 6 limbs, 2 muscular limbs, legs, and arms. Wait, and a smaller set of arms. Oh, okay. They control every aspect of their technology with their vocalizations, but over the years they have created control panels based on their number system that allow other species to easier access elements of their technology. Yeah. We have more. Trust me, this is going to be a long day. Communication. Talking with our neighbors. We take communication for granted, even with the varied languages we find here in Hoonrath. But when we suddenly find ourselves among other intelligent species who don't share our culture, history, DNA, or vocal cords, it requires a huge amount of effort for the beginning of rudimentary chatting. This quick overview will set the stage for what to expect when communicating with our neighbors. The Mofang were the first non-humans we met. With at least some level of similar physical vocal generating abilities, they picked up human words quickly. This early mimicry resulted in what the species became to be called. Even though they were able to mimic single words and simple phrases, it became evident over the years that huge grammatical differences were not easily overcome. Some have proposed that the difficulty may have arisen because the Mofang insisted on attempting to learn every human language, and as a result were never able to lock on to any consistent grammatical structure. Nevertheless, in spite of the rudimentary sentence construction, it has been very easy to communicate, and has been unnecessary for us to learn their language beyond a few simple phrases and proper names. If you'd like to learn more about communication with the Mofang, please contact Tam. Villain. The Villain have presented a particular communication challenge from what we can gather. They produce sounds using 2 large reed-like structures inside opposite sides of their heads. The vibrations generated are channeled to resonance chambers in their skulls, where they are combined into a complex low-frequency dual tone. The low-frequency bitonal sounds are not only hard for humans to hear and resolve, but impossible for us to mimic. And the Villain's hearing is also oriented toward low frequency, so they are unable to hear most of the sounds associated with human speech. Therefore, communication with the Villain has relied on technology. They have adapted consoles, which the Villain fluently control with vocalization, for use by other species. Over the years, some individuals of other species, including a few humans, have learned to communicate very effectively using this method. Humans have been able to pick out some higher frequency characteristics of certain key Villain words over the years, and although we can't speak to them in a way that the Villains can understand, we are occasionally able to hear and recognize these words when spoken distinctly by the Villain. If you'd like to learn more about communication with the Villain, please contact Vito. Uri. None of the stages of the Uri morphology have any vocalization apparatus. Because of the obvious synchronization of the barnacle flash and the ability of the pawns to provide for and address the needs of the polyarchs, it was assumed that the species could communicate effectively. It was not until Farley began to spend large amounts of time in the polyarch antechamber that the first clues to this communication became evident. After months of research, Farley began to have limited success with receiving some kind of simple messages that were coming from the polyarchs. It is apparent now that the polyarchs had been attempting to communicate the entire time, but they themselves have been experimenting with various channels, until they finally got a response from Farley. After this breakthrough, others were able to tune into the polyarchs and learn to listen. Both the polyarchs and the pawns have a simple organ that can sense human vocal frequency, enabling them to sense simple responses from humans. But over the years, Farley was able to learn to speak to the polyarchs via a related form of extrasensory transmission. If you'd like to learn more about communication with the Rai, please contact Farley. So, she figured out how to mind talk with the bugs. Which, I mean, is cool and all, but what the heck? I have never actually read most of these books, so I don't... This is a good learning experience for me. There will be a lot of stuff that I don't actually know. There is a lot here, and I mean a lot. This is... After I'm done reading everything in here and done with Farley's house, I think that'll be it for the stream, because this is just going to be a long stream already. Alright, the ambassador seeds. Ambassador seeds were first documented about 150 Earth years ago. They occur about once every 400 days if the trees remain healthy. Natural seed swaps occur between pairs of seeds that, we know now, dropped simultaneously from healthy trees in paired spheres. When each seed was touched by species in a sphere, the swap occurred, sending an ambassador from each sphere to the paired sphere. Location of the swap is defined by the locations of the pairs of seeds. After the first swap, the seeds recharged quickly, allowing for a quick return. First meetings were intense but naturally short. It was quite a surprise for both the Mofang and us. Over time, the seeds required more time to recharge, producing longer visits between species. Collector seeds. Everyone who arrives is familiar with the collector seeds. The bright light that we are all drawn to right before the event that brought us here is a collector seed. What new arrivers may not be aware of is that these seeds, like all seeds, come in pairs. When the tree drops a collector seed on the ground, it signals that its twin has begun its quest for a new being. That search may take hours, or it may take years. When an appropriate situation, a natural threat of death, is found, the seed activates and swaps a smaller but varying-sized sphere from Earth, or whatever appropriate homeworld here to Hunrath. As Hunrath became more popular... Oh, crap, not again! As Hunrath became more populated, we would watch for a newly dropped collector seed, collect it, and place it in the entry canyon area. This allowed us to provide a more predictable entry experience for new arrivers, and provide a single area to collect any resources that may have come along with the new arriver. Unlike ambassador seeds and mother seeds, collector seeds do not seem to survive. The inner core is spent, leaving only lifeless outer husk. Yeah. Mother seeds, postulated but unverified, first suggested by Alima Hamza, 2232BH. So what I'm guessing is BH stands for before Hunrath, and AH stands for after Hunrath. So that would mean that by that they wasn't called Hunrath back then, it was called the Hanleys or Harleys, whatever they're called. The notion of mother seeds extrapolates the behavior of the lesser seeds to be a superseed. She posited the process that actually created the paired spheres was similar to all their swaps, but on a much grander scale. Sorry. The idea is... Oh my gosh, I didn't even touch it that time. The idea is that two seeds from a mother tree were scattered on the galactic winds to find appropriately similar environments. When matches were found, some processes were triggered that swapped large portions of landscape between vastly different worlds. Alima further noted that the tree's location in the center of the spheres suggested that the trees grew from these mother seeds. Because of the similarities, it has been conjectured that reswapping the entire environmental species might be possible with a larger scale version of the ambassador seed machine. So yeah, they don't actually know where the first tree is. All they know is that it exists. Okay, so now this door is open. Yeah. Alright, so we're not done here yet. There is a little more, but I think it might be closed off. Come on. Alright, I think it might be closed off. Yeah, closed off. Alright. So yeah, we have to do a little bit before we can go down there. But yeah, so now we have a little bit of backstory on everything. So now, I'm trying to remember what I need to do. I can't totally remember. I don't honestly remember for the life of me. Oh, I know what I need to do. So basically, Farley's house for a little while will only have been information, so we kind of needed to read all that, and the mist games will always have a lot to read, so I mean, there's that. But now we can go up here, which is where we want to be, because we want to get that thing. We want to get this thing. The blue beam. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. And we still can't get out this door because all the scrap's in the way, but that'll be resolved in the future. But the first thing we do want to do while we're up here is see how the tree's leaves are red? It's because it's not getting water. It is dying at the moment. So, how do we fix that? Well, we do this. Actually, I think CW tells us to do this, and that might mess up the story if I do it on my own volition. So, I'm just not, because I don't know. If he doesn't tell us, then I won't do it. He might. And then we have the battery, which collects electrical energy from the tree, and that's just a list of the items needed. So we'll get to that later. And this is just like them tampering with stuff, so we have to press this.
Now move around just a bit.
This is awkward.
Why are you so nervous? This is just a bit.
Okay, now what? Okay, that's enough.
Caroline, I swear you are a natural.
Where did you get these anyway? Are the Mustangs just giving you stuff now?
Being generous of late.
Mofang created
That's
these.
all look a gift horse in the mouth.
So they had a camera from somebody, I don't know who. Alright, Mofang Disabler, Villain Technology. Notes from a PRAR. Designed to disable anything based on Mofang technology. Disables when blue beam / cloud is within about 1.5 feet of any Mofang device element. Elements physically collapse, reassemble if possible, but non-trivial. Apparatus assures me that it's not, or a PRAR assures me that it's not harmful. Still not pointing it at my head. It's not. Rukaw has not been told that the villains provided it. Ah, so they did not tell the Mofang. Lockdown list. Okay, that's stuff. CW, please change Farley's lock code to secure the vault. Her address backwards should suffice. Regards, Mayor Jansen. Yeah, so I knew that beforehand. So we can actually turn this thing on and then destroy it. It gone. It gone. And then another thing we can do, this is actually a hologram. All those red rocks are a solid hologram that we can also destroy with the blue beam. That's why we need the cart. We can go around and travel around and destroy all the red rocks and other things that we can to get rid of the red rocks that are blocking our way. Mayor's Imager requests. We already know that. Ambassador seed swap machine functionality. So they built machines for the ambassador seeds that they could easily get from one area to the next. Very easily, I should say. And then these are Mofang solid volume projectors. But that is where I'm going to leave it for this stream, because I got to use the restroom really badly, and then I also want to do another stream, and I don't know how long my bro is going to be out for, so I'm going to do it off here.